Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. I am Claricia Myers coming to you live. It's been a while, it really has. And trying to get back into a routine. So this morning I'm going to, first of all, let me tell you who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to fellow spiritual entrepreneurs, people who know within themselves that they are destined for more, destined for greatness, destined for what God has for them, and are not willing to just settle. So, I've been away from doing lives for 25 days. Well, actually more than that because I didn't do anything on the weekend. Good morning. Good morning. I have to use my glasses. Good morning. Good morning, Doswell. Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. So for the past, for 25 days, I went to St. Thomas, where I was born, where I was raised, where I graduated from high school, and I had not been home for like maybe over 21 years, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. So I'm talking a little bit about habits for success, habits and the natural order of things. So, a habit, to form a habit, everyone knows that it takes at least 21 days doing the same thing over and over to form a habit. And when you form that habit, you form routines. When you're doing certain things over and over again, it's a routine, so it becomes like second nature. So being at home in St. Thomas, I hadn't been doing any lives, and for me, that was a big deal because I had been doing lives every day, not weekends, but every day, Monday through Friday, for about 2 years. Because I felt I needed to get over that. You get these knots in your stomach and you get a little nervous about it. So I got to the point where that doesn't happen anymore. But back to habits for success. Being at home, even though I was doing lives, I was doing things to promote my book. Wherever I'd go, I'd take a copy of my book. Being at home in St. Thomas, and it's a tourist a tourist area, lots of tourists. So the main industry is tourism, and I ran into a number of different people in different walks of life. Other fellow teachers, and somehow some conversation will come up, and I'd happen to have a book with me most of the times. And this is what it looks like. Might be backwards for you, but it's Ian and Igor, Inquisitive Island Iguanas. And see, I'm from St. Thomas. My brother Karan, he is my illustrator. So, habits. Going back to habits, forming habits for success. And as I said, there's a natural order of things. The sun rises and it sets. The seasons come and they go. We, unlike nature just follows a certain pattern, but God gave us the power of choice. We are not to be like molten lava, just going with the flow wherever. We are not that. We have the power of choice, and it's up to us to make good choices. Now if you've heard the saying that if you do something over and over and over again expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So if you're doing something, you're not happy about it, you're not getting the results that you want, maybe you might want to consider doing something else. Doing something that works. Finding, and I equate this to God put within each one of us something special, some gift, some talent. Tap into your gift, tap into your talent. Because when you're doing something that you love, that you enjoy, that's successful, that's what life is meant to be. And use your gift, your talent to bless someone else. That's the bottom line. So, like I was saying, going home to St. Thomas, it was wonderful. Because, as a child growing up, you see things and it's nice, but you don't really realize what you have until after you've lost it. And so at home, waking up in the morning, the sun was already up, the birds are singing. That's why I gravitate to nature so much, because right in my backyard, it's just nature's like a jungle. And one of the things that I did every morning, I would go, oh, good morning, Ursula. Good morning. Glad that you can join me. Several of others have come on. Good morning, Colfax. Good morning to you. I can wave to you. Eartha, good morning. So one of the things that I would do, and it just was natural for me, I will go out in the morning early, I'd say maybe about 7, and I'll walk down some stairs and look out into the bushes. The older iguanas, see, I'm going back to the iguanas because I'm just so fascinated by them. And there was this huge one. I mean, I called him Igor because he had that Igor face, very strong and powerful, and he was in control. And all the iguanas looked up to him, and I know that because one morning, one of the other iguanas was laying on his post where he's like king, he's the ruler of the jungle there. And when he came on up, the other iguana had to get down, and so he got up on, he was perching. So they were further. I would try to use my zoom lens on my camera to get closer, because I couldn't get closer. The bush, the jungle was just so thick, and I'm talking about thorny thistle bushes. So I can't just walk into it because it'll stick to your clothing and scratch you, and that was not for me. So I would try to entice the iguanas to come to me. Of course, they can stare you down. They just stay still because any little movement can be detected by others, but they just stare you down. And I would entice them to come to me by holding up some mangoes from the trees, in our backyard. We had some fresh mangoes that would fall sometimes because I couldn't climb those trees. They'll fall, or sometimes birds will try to pick some of the juice from the mangoes and they hit it or whatever, and they fall to the ground. So if you don't pick them up quickly, then they'll start to decay and all that. But the mangoes, I would hold them up and I'll entice those iguanas. They wouldn't come to me right away. I'd have to lay it on the rock and move away so they couldn't see, and then they will come and they'd kind of crawl all over each other just trying to get the mangoes. It was wonderful just trying to observe their behavior. So I found myself getting into new routine, just trying to be able to watch them. But if you get close to take pictures, they kind of run away or steal the mango peels, the skins and all that. I had a great time. I had a great time. And so I have some more footage so that I can use in book 2. I'm already pretty much finishing up book 2. And again, for those of you who didn't hear from the beginning, Ian and Igor were inquisitive island iguanas. And I'm equating that with success. Find ways to tap into your gifts. God has given you gifts for a reason, not to hoard it to yourself, but bless others with it. And so in your daily routines that you've developed, find routines or habits for success. Tap into those and go from there, because ideas will come to you, believe it or not, and opportunities to develop your gifts and your skills and your talents. So today is day 1 for me getting back into my routine. So I have to do something, not just me, anyone. Establish patterns, establish routines, success routines that will take you to the next level. So that's what I have to share with you. I invite you to join my group. It's called Spiritual Entrepreneur Goal Achievers, because that's what we're all about. Achieving the goals, the gifts, the talents, using those to take you to the next level. And also, you're welcome to to visit my website. My webpage is Rice'sDomain.com. And I have information there about my book. It's available online through Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Friesen Press, and a host of other online bookstores. So that's what I have for you today. I will be back tomorrow to share another little nugget with you. And I appreciate and thank you for joining me this morning. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 8. Oh, before I go off, let me just say hello to Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining. And see, Sipa, good morning to you. Cousin Jay, watching from the greater Chicago area. Good morning. I can wave to you guys, everybody. And again, look for me tomorrow morning at 8, and I'll have something else for you. Enjoy your day. Make it powerful. Bless someone and bless yourself. And see you tomorrow. Bye.